I know my hair's sticking up. I just got a bit. Yo, welcome to Hot Takes with Cheddar Chad. There's no handhold. We do with fashion and emotion. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification if you haven't already. Shout out to Miller Lite, DraftKings, Topo Chico. You guys should support them because they support us. All right, yo. So we approaching, the end of the preseason. Fortunately. And unfortunately, depending on how you want to view it, I'm sure a lot of us would like to see them figure things out before they enter the regular season. This is an episode I have been planning on doing for a while. I was hoping that it wouldn't be necessary and that everything would work itself out early enough for this episode to become irrelevant. But I want to speak about Brandon and Zion's relationship, work relationship and relationship off the court. I don't think Brandon and Zion really like each other very much.
I'm excited about me and Brandon playing together for a third year, and our relationship is great. We talk now. Do we talk every day? No, but now our relationship is great. I think we're both excited to play with each other, and we're just ready for the season to start. Simple as that.
Well, we've maybe talked 2 or 3 times this summer. Our communication is really, really good, especially when we're in the same setting. I think we're kind of the same people when we go off. We really don't like to be bothered. We go in our little holes, and we just like to work. We just like to work on the stuff that we need to work on. But our relationship will be really, really good this year. Of course, we know that we can do some things on the floor that a lot of guys can do on the basketball floor, and it's going to be important for us to come in and show our talent and our effort every single day on the offense and defensive end.
He's stayed in the city longer and more often in the offseason, working here on his own than he has. I don't think there's a lot of him that's trying to go elsewhere. So, yes, it's exciting to see.
And it's like, I'm willing to bet money that Brandon don't like, Zion. I put money on that. And it's fair to say Zion might not always be the most likable person. It's, kind of disappeared on the team a couple times. So it's understandable. Like, bro, if you cover a sports team, there's so much stuff we hear, like, behind the scenes. There's so much stuff we got knowledge of that we can't really, like, say or talk about. Like, we pretty much know what these dudes be having going on. Brandon and Zion, these motherfuckers don't be playing no spades. They don't be playing no dominoes. They don't be, like, hanging out nowhere. They don't go to the movies. They don't do nothing. They don't have no type of chemistry whatsoever. None. Zip. Nada. None. And it's pretty concerning. It's pretty concerning because y'all ain't got no on court chemistry neither. So I don't know. And see it with the Clippers. You see it with these veteran teams with players who tend to have like a pleasant relationship. Even DeAndre Ayton was working out with the Suns, and he couldn't wait to get out of there. But going into what some may consider the most important Pelicans season in recent history, because it's potentially the last season these guys are together, they still didn't make it a point of emphasis to work out with one another. They still didn't make it a point of emphasis to get together. Those two in particular, I mean. You tell me what that means. That shit like, Zion likes to work out by himself like Giannis. It's like, come on, man. Yeah, he probably does to a degree, but he don't show up looking like Giannis. Like, you know what I'm saying? So how much is he really working out by himself? What is he really doing? They're not playing no basketball. So all that's irrelevant. These dudes needed to get together this all season. And I think Brandon has a big issue with Zion being the man on campus. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he really has an issue with that. It's reflective in the play style. It's reflective in just their interactions on the court, even on the sideline. They just look awkward. Like, they look weird. Like how they speak about each other is just always uncomfortable. It's always like it's clear, when you don't fuck with somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's obvious. And I don't know if you can remedy that without a strong leader coming into the team, and kind of putting those two together. It should have happened already. That's why I think Willie Green is not, that guy, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to be able to put your best 2 players together and kind of have them, compromise and have a meeting of minds and work things out. If you do want to do a little history, Brandon having a hell of a season, all-star season, doing this thing, then Zion shows up. And, Zion shows up and Now it's all about Zion. Zion has his debut against the Spurs, hits all the threes, the crowd going crazy. Now it's all about Zion. Okay, go to the next season. Season starts off a little weird. Brandon's coming off his All-Star bid. Then Zion shows up. Stan Van Gundy shows up, and now it's all about Zion again. Point Zion is born. Brandon has a really rough year. It's the healthiest Zion's ever been. Stan is holding the guys accountable publicly, and behind the scenes, Brandon just wasn't feeling the Point Zion thing. He don't like that shit, and he don't like being held accountable. Also, you know what I'm saying? He has a real issue with being held accountable, especially publicly, I would imagine. Next season, no Zion. Brandon puts the team on his back most of the season. Reinforcements come in to help JV, CJ. Everything is cool, but everything's still about Zion. Like, the questions are about Zion. Still, it's a major distraction going on. Zion in Portland somewhere, he working and rehabbing or whatever, but he not like on the sideline really supporting his team, supporting his guys and what they got going on. Then you have you have the following season, you have last season with another All-Star bid for Zion. Brandon goes, they start off the season the same way they started off the preseason. Like, a lot of confusion, a lot of like weirdness going on. Zion still trying to like find his footing, and Brandon just like, nah, fuck out of here. Like, you're not getting the ball. And it's like it's clear as day what's happening. Like, it's clear as day what's happening, right? And then, Brandon goes down and Zion, takes over, and the shit's phenomenal until he goes down. Now, this wouldn't be as much of an issue if they were both equally talented. You know what I'm saying? Or Brandon was available all the time. Then it wouldn't be as much of an issue. But the fact that Brandon isn't as talented as Zion and misses a lot of games as well, you would hope that there would be a little more compromise on his end. Like, look, bro, I know you didn't have a problem with Ben Simmons, Kyle Kuzma, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. You just be having problems with everybody. You got a problem with Zion. You got a problem with every fucking body. You're not like good enough to the point where you can keep having all these problems and making all these enemies. You just not on that level. You know what I'm saying? And if you was, you fucking hate who you want to hate. You could be a killer. You know what I'm saying? You show up in the liver, you can dislike who you want to dislike. Zion, on the other hand, is like, I don't think he necessarily has like a problem with anyone. But again, he's probably more of an awkward person, and it's not easy to like him, especially, when he being immature and irresponsible behind the scenes. So I can definitely understand Brandon's frustration with that. But bro, you got to pass the ball to Will. Like, you got to pass the ball to Will. And that's really what it boils down to. And it's not all Willie Green's fault for not, really locking these guys in together. But because I think Zion's at the point where it's like, bro, you either gonna be tough or you're not gonna be tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? You either gonna demand the ball, demand respect, or you not. You know what I'm saying? Brandon he probably can't whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? You better than him. You got to challenge him. You got to take the ball out of his hands. There was a couple of times I went back and I rewatched the game a couple of times. There were a couple of plays where Zion got the rebound, went coast to coast, didn't pass the ball, got an easy bucket. I'm like, bro, all right. Well, one way to do that is get defensive boards and just don't pass the ball. Initiate your own offense. Another way to do that is demand the ball. Another way to do that is to be demonstrative on the sideline, be confrontational. You have to do these things if you want the respect sometimes. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just ain't gonna keep letting you get away with being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Don't think it's all cool because you here now and you obviously the best player. Some people, they ain't gonna accept that shit. Some people, you gotta let them know, like, look, it's a new day. It is what it is. My bad, but give me the motherfucking rock. The only way this team has been successful is with Zion at the point. That's the only way this team has ever been successful during the regular season consistently, right? There's a bunch of iterations of this team. This team is bad with Brandon, Zion, JV, and CJ. This team is bad. That starting lineup is bad when healthy. It's bad, right? The only time that starting lineup is good is when Brandon is out. The only pairing that's pretty good on the team is Brandon and CJ. But there's several iterations of the team with Zion that's a much better team. So that goes to show you that Zion needs to be the quote unquote head of the snake. Is he reliable? No. Is he the best player though, and the best opportunity and the best pathway for this team's success? Absolutely. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think their relationship can be remedied? Do y'all think, it might be something that's being blown out of proportion? Y'all just let me know. Hit me up in the comments. A message from our sponsors.
NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball's back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. Basketball's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BOOT. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code BOOT. The crown is yours.